Hey everyone, so it's Friday again, meaning it's my day to vlog, and have I mentioned yet how much I love the idea of having a weekly topic? Because it sort of negates any responsibility on my part for actually coming up with something to talk about for 4 minutes. I'm really bad at that, in case you didn't get that already. So this week's topic is apparently a day in the life. And so I guess I'll be walking you through a day in the life of me. I'm sorry, this isn't going to be very interesting. Just not much I can do about it though. So I generally wake up at about 6:30 in the morning, but I never actually drag my butt out of bed until like 7:30, 7:40ish, because I tend to just sort of lie around and read on my phone for a while, because it's the only time I really have uninterrupted, while the rest of my family is either asleep or out doing whatever the heck it is they do at 6:30 in the morning. My school starts at 8:15 a.m. and it's divided up into this really, really dumb block schedule where on A days we have our classes 1, 3, 5, and 7, and then on B days we have classes 2, 4, 6, and 8, and they alternate every other day. It's a really dumb way of setting things up. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't have just had classes 1 through 4 and then 5 through 8, but I don't know. It's the American school system. They love making things way more complicated than they need to be. So today was actually an A day. So I had math class, and that's it doesn't deserve to call itself a class. It's more like listening to this madman who says he's a teacher, but I'm not entirely sure I believe him, rattle on at us for an hour and a half about whatever the heck it is he's trying to tell us. I don't. I think I learned more in the one day we had that sub who thought I was a boy than we did with Mr. Moore for the entire year, which is should tell you about his something about his teaching skills. Ah, they leave something to be desired. Let's say. And after that, I have study hall, which is self-declared writing time. Because again, it's uninterrupted, no family around to bother me situation where I can just write whatever I please. However, there's the whole paranoid about people reading over my shoulder thing, so that part sucks. But study hall's pretty cool. And then lunch, where I spend lunch sitting in between this bank of lockers and a trash can. And let me tell you, some of the looks I get from the upperclassmen are not very fun. Uh, they seem to think that there's something wrong with me, which they could full well be right. And sometimes my friend Leilani comes and with me and talks to me for a bit, but usually she just sort of hangs out with the rest of her friends, who I'm not entirely sure are all that fond of me for reasons which I am not privy to. Um, then after lunch, I had biology and then English. My English class is a joke. It's it's every definition of the word pathetic and then more. And I'll leave it at that because if I go off of my English class, I will never stop. Then I get home from school at about 3:15, and then I work on my novel for hours, literally hours. Blog on Tumblr. Sometimes I will do some sort of literary analysis thing on like whatever book we happen to be reading at the time with my friend Margot, who is the smartest person I know. Unfortunately, she lives like an hour away, so I rarely see her, but we email all the time. And then I'll blog, and I'll write some more, and I'll blog some more, and read, and write, and blog. And it's sort of this endless cycle of anti-socialism that goes on until I look at the clock and realize that it's 12:04 in the morning and I haven't slept yet. And then by that time, my friend Alice, who, yes, has the same name as I do, wakes up in England, and then I'll talk to her for a bit. And then usually by then, I'll be even more sleep deprived than I normally am, and I'll fall fall into bed and not even bother to change out of my normal clothes, and I'll just sleep for a good 8 or 9 hours if it's a weekend, and like 4 or 5 if it's a school day. And then every month I have a monthly meeting with this thing called Upward Bound, which is my college preparatory program. It's very secondary education motivated, or well, post secondary education motivated. They're really cool people, I guess, but the whole getting up before 10 a.m. on a Saturday thing is not that great. And I actually have one of my meetings tomorrow, so I should be going to bed early tonight, but no, I won't be. I already know that. And then some days I will add more to my murals, which you can actually see behind me here. I have from Homestuck, Les Miserables, which is the names of a lot of the people who died in the barricade. That was really depressing, let me tell you. I saw it in theaters twice, I think. Is Tears and Pain. Avengers, and there's more on another wall you can't really see from this point of view, but I paint stuff on my walls, and my mom, who's a tattoo artist, doesn't really have a problem with it, so that's cool. Oh yeah, if I remember, I'll feed my fish. I'm a terrible pet owner. Just I'm lucky that betta fish are resilient. Otherwise, I would have some dead fish on my hands here. So yeah, that's really about all I do. For occasionally, I'll like meet Lizzie for coffee or go to a movie with Brittany or something. But yep, that's basically it. That's all I ever do. That's the whole story. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.